Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It is Thursday, July 31st, last day of July. All the honey's been harvested, all extracted, contest done, all the winners. Congratulations to all them. Thank you so much to the sponsors out there that provided. And check out their links below. And please go give them your support and thank them for supporting small beekeepers like me. So today we had a cool front come through and it only got up to 91. So, but it's overcast now at 7:30 p.m. and it's 84 degrees. It's wonderful, and there's a light breeze, and I think there's some clouds building up here. There may be some rain coming in from the north. We were supposed to rain earlier today, but it all went to the south of us. But today I'm going to do some interesting things. I'm going to show you something that I've never seen before over here. And I'm doing something I don't do very often throughout the year. In going like last of July, putting a honey super on. What? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, and I'll show you why. And also there's two hives that we were following, along before the honey harvest got here. And that was Hive 16 that had that albino queen that was laying like half drones and half normal. And it's like, what's going on in that hive? Is that the queen that's doing the drones, or what's going on in there? And check that out and see that it might be just a disaster now and not much population. I need to check in on that. And also my Magic Mountain Mama crime scene where she disappeared over here. She's in, let's see, Hive 25. It was an Apame, but it's in that wax dipped hive there, the one on the right next to the Hive 365. That Hive 365, the green one there, that was a first year, I don't know if it was a grafted or a swarm queen, but they took off and I just fed like the Bob Benny, build them up, give them thin syrup. And I fed that all spring, and after they were put into that hive, it started as a, there were 3 frame nukes there and a double Apame. One side didn't succeed, the other did, and I pulled out the divider, let them go. Then I transferred it into 10 frame and the Hive 365, and it wasn't long. I put that second deep on there, and they filled it all out, and it's full. It's good. They're done. So, man, I could put a honey super on that if I wanted, if we're going to have a nectar flow. So we do have fall flows here. They're just usually kind of weak, and that's kind of what I'm prepping for. But I'm still going to show you something. You're going to go, what? Yeah, and yeah. I'll just say it now. There's honey in them thar supers I left, and that's where I'm going to put these 4s under super those. So I'm going to do that first because I got these supers here. I didn't have a solid top cover to put over them, so I just put these screen tops or screen covers there. There's already bees all over them, so I got to get them on the hives before I got a major feeding frenzy over here and get them on there. So let's do that, then check these 2 hives. Let's get going. Okay, someone needs to get down there with a weed eater. So these 3 hives right here really beard up in the evening when it's hot and muggy. And let's see, nah, this one here is not one I want to do because I am feeding that hive right there. That top deep has 2 jar feeders in there, so these 2 right here for sure, and I'll have to figure out which other ones I'm going to do. Okay, before I even get in here, I want to make sure this hive is fairly heavy. Yeah, it is, because you don't want to put a super on a hive for a fall flow. It has an empty top box. Very good population of bees, at least from the looks of that. It's a good population. And hopefully they're not too grumpy. Looks like they got propolis up on the bottom side of this inner cover. I can see honey pretty much all the way across here, honeycomb. Let's pull one of these out and just see what it looks like. I even see it thick out here on the outside frames. A little bit of brood up here, and they're filling in with nectar around here. Same thing on this side. Some capped. So this nectar is what they brought in. And there's a queen. Hot diggity. I'm gonna mark her. Can you believe that? So that is, I would say that's a new queen. So they've requeened themselves. This is one of the western Oklahoma hives. Let's see. Let's get to a spot where I can work. So she's this year's queen. These blocks back here mean I'm feeding this hive. Yay, my pin is there. Wrong one. I don't know if y'all notice, I've been marking my queens a little different method. Wow, the ink in this is getting watery. So she's kind of facing the wrong way. Let me do it like this so you can see what I'm doing. There, she's going the right direction. Sorry my finger's in the way, but there. Now she's marked. Oh, don't fly away. Oh, she fell right in an ink puddle. I didn't get her in there. So, right where I primed my pen and got the ink to where it was more blue and less water, she fell right in that. You can see the trail where she walked off there. So, she's going to be a blue belly. But she's marked good on her back. Hopefully that doesn't do anything to her. She seemed to be okay. Yeah, I don't know, I guess after, you know, using these pens a lot, and if you don't shake them up good every time, that they get a little watered down after you've used them for a while. So be sure you shake your pens good. That's why I had to get a lot of ink out so I could get down to some ink that had the blue in it. I think I'm going to clean this up on the top a little bit. Well, that's a bonus. Marked the queen and gave her an ink bath. So like I was saying, we do have a fall flow, and it's I believe it's aster and goldenrod, and it's dark, it's a little smelly, and very tasty. I like it. And as soon as I advertise that I have fall honey for sale on my Facebook marketplace thing, people are like banging the door down. They all want it. Certain people really want it. Let's see, queen excluder. Here's a nice surprise. So hopefully I can mix this up with other honey that I just got that's in these other supers out here, and have some like amber-ish type. Oh, look at that. Have some amber-ish type fall honey, and people really love it. And I always keep a couple jars for myself. It just has a rich, full-bodied flavor. Kind of a little bit of a molassesy type flavor to it. Might try making some creamed honey with it too, I don't know. I had a guy out here just now. He bought 6.5 pound bottles, and he was here yesterday, and I think he got 4 1-pound bottles. And he got home and him and his wife tasted it, and I told him I'm down to 3 buckets, and okay. And he came back today and he bought 6 of the big bottles. And I told him about the creamed honey and showed it to him. He's like, "Oh, can I have some now?" I'm like, "No, it's gotta set up." So he's coming back next week. I said, "Try me in a week." All right. So here's the interesting part that I'm anxious to show you. So I harvested July 5th, and I had 4 supers left out here, at least 4 that the bees didn't put anything in. So I just put it on a hive. Most of them were these single deeps that, you know, this may have had 3 supers on it, and all those bees didn't have room. So I thought, well, I'll give them some room. I'll throw in one of these empty supers. Knowing that we're always in a dearth in July, and I thought, well, they'll protect the comb, and that'll give them space, and maybe by fall we'll have a fall flow, and I might get some fall honey. So I was out here after my harvest, and just for curiosity, I picked it up to see what these look like, and I was surprised. Could not believe it, because we are always, my experience in July, in a dearth. So now watch them make a liar of me. So I opened these up and just to look, and one of them wasn't quite full, but the rest of them, they were full. So this is full. That's the outside frame, full. It's not capped, because whatever they were on stopped. So that's capped a little bit. So yeah, there's honey in this thing. I could not believe it. And this one's not real full, but some of the others, they had a lot in them. I mean, that's all full, it's just not capped. And I tasted it. I did the Bob Benny high tool taste test, and tastes good. Tastes good to me. All right, let's. I'm going to under super this. We'll see how much it weighs. So I'm going to under super it, so there'll be empty comb right next to where the brood's at, and there'll be more apt to fill it up that way, and they'll be less apt to go through this and fill another one up if they're not in a really good nectar flow. Oh yeah, that's every bit of 40 pounds. Yeah, so they'll move right up on in these wet frames and clean all that off. Get this thing shut up. All right. So let's see where the next one is. How's one right there? I'm going to take a peek in this number 30 here to see how many bees are on the front. If that top box is full, I'll go ahead and put one here. So these hives that I'm feeding, they are ones that after I harvested and pulled the supers, they didn't weigh a whole lot. So I want to get them up to weight. This dude is heavy. And they like to propolize the lid. Wow. My inner cover came off too. Yeah, that ticked them off a little bit. So here's 3 2025 Pureco plastic frames, and I can tell they're drawn out completely. They're full, so I'm going to go grab an excluder and slap on this one. I'm not even going to pull a frame. Yeah, so this hive right here, it's got a deep up there, but I got 2 jar feeders and entrance feeders in there. So if this was undrawn comb, I wouldn't even try this. The fall flow is so weak that they would not draw out any comb. because it's just a few days and not very strong. Get these spaced out good. All right. So the next one is right there, but I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go to number 11 around the corner because I was just over there and saw it. So there's two supers right here on 11 and 12. And look at 11. That's a strong high. So let's look at that super. See if that's one that was like packed. I can uncork a couple more supers, and I want to take a couple to my new north yard and see what kind of fall flow they get, because two of those hives are built out. They're brand new queens this year. They're built out strong, good population. The top deep is full of nectar, and they might do a fall flow there. So just gonna, as an experiment, and see what that new yard north of here, 8.3, 8.4 miles, has in the fall. So all this honey, nectar, and this super, these ones I showed you, was collected in July, mainly after July 5th. This super's covered with bees. I'll pull an outside frame. Now this big population, they may be eating a lot of it, but there's quite a bit in there, but not like that other one that we just looked at down on number 38. Let's look at one of the center ones. But this hive here has a pretty good workforce that they could get out. They could fill a super pretty quick. That's full. So again, this is probably about 35-40 pounds here. So yeah, I'm gonna have a decent fall harvest, but it's gonna be mostly July honey. Looks like right now, what we get later in the fall. I thought this was this had a hard shell, but it's not come out of its shell yet. Check him out. See the green on his wings under the shell. I'll put him over in a different spot. There you go. I've never seen one in that stage before. All right, where were we? Let's see what this weighs. This one doesn't have the good hand grips either. It doesn't weigh a whole lot less than that other one. Make sure these are all sitting vertical. Boy, it's a feeding frenzy up at the wagon where I've had these. Those screens were covered. All right, that's all four of those. I'm gonna uncork a few, probably two, maybe four more supers. I'll take two to that north yard and two more out here. And so one under this super and then that other super around the corner. So that'll be four I need. Okay, now let's get into Hive 16 before this turns into too long of a video. It's probably too late for that now. So this is the hive that had the albino looking queen that I got from BOK, where he was selling mated queens. And I think my only Sourwood Farm remaining queen is right there in number 19. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at my notes. I may not even have one, or maybe the 17 here. There's just one left, I know that. This my Magic Mountain Mama's gone. We'll check that one too. See if we have a Magic Mountain Mama granddaughter, or if we got a hive full of wax moths. See, that's how top cover should come off. So if I find that queen, fine. If not, I just want to find some good looking brood that's not full of drones. Got bees up here. I'll take that. So if this queen turns out good, this will be a honey producer next year. The more production hives, the better. If I remember right, there wasn't much brood up here. All this looks like honey, so I'm gonna try and look at these 4 right here, see what we find. This is one old frame. This is one I made from scratch in 2013. Liquid. Again, I'm just looking for some good looking capped worker brood like that. Not much, but there is some right there. Look at that. And it's flush. No drones in that. And I believe I can see on this next one, there's a good fair amount of it. Yeah. Yeah. And the next one. It's not a great looking pattern, but there's no drones in it. That's what we're looking for. This is some dark stuff too in these old frames. Guess I should pay attention. I might see that queen. That's all capped honey. There's a spotty pattern. A little bit elevated, but I think that's because this comb is not drawn out very far and it just looks like that. Okay, I think this one here is going to be all honey. It feels like it. Yep. Yep. All right. So we're good to go here. And from the looks of it, this hive is going to be nice and heavy. And with the fall flow, they'll fill in the gaps. See what it weighs. Oh yeah, that's good. This hive got fed a fair amount too when I was, bringing it up from the new queens. There's another cicada. That's just the shell. You can hear them. All right, this is good. All right, let's get around to 15 or 25, the Magic Mountain Mama crime scene. If anything's going on, so that's hive 9 there in that, let's see, that's the Hilco wax dip. So that was a new queen. Fed them and filled up the bottom, fed them and filled up the top. It's done, it's good. So, really I could put a super on those for a fall flow, but I don't know how much of that I want to get into. It used to not be worth the effort with taking them off to do oxalic acid and all that, but now that's not an issue. You can oxalic acid with the supers on. All right, because I use the approved oxalic acid and follow instructions. Yes, I do. All right. Here we are. Is this 25? Yep. Got bees out here. That's a good sign. I'm not crazy about these feeder lids, migratory covers. I just assumed it'd been solid. In the winter, I wonder how much, cold that's going to be letting through. Well, there's a decent population here. I'm not going to smoke it, because if there's a new queen in here, I don't want to freak her out. It's empty. There's some syrup in that. So remember, this had, I think, 3 emergency queen cells. That or supersedure, I don't know what they were, but my queen was gone and there they were. So I moved this hive to the north yard from my nuke stand because I wanted to move it on the production row. It was down there for a week and I brought it back, and it was in an apame, and when I brought it back I put it into this wax dip hive here. This is the Endura hive, from Nature Image Farms, and I didn't find her. I didn't think anything of it, thought I just didn't see her, and then next time I checked it, there were those cells in here. So I knew she would be gone. That's just barely drawn out with a little nectar in it. So we're halfway through this and not seeing any prospects. But the bee population in it is giving me hope. Oh, here's capped brood. I'm looking for an unmarked queen. Here's some more. So we got us a laying queen. Not the best pattern in the world, but these frames were a little dicey to begin with. This side here looks okay. It looks to me like we've had brood emerge and they're backfilling, but I don't see eggs where she's continued to lay. There's a few little milk brood cells in here. Not many. I want to see her. Hope Ryan's watching. Hey Ryan, you're a grandpa. Magic Mountain Mama grandkid here. More brood. This one looks a little better, and they backfilled a lot with nectar. And that's not bad either. In fact, this hive, when all that emerges, it's going to have a pretty good population. So the queen is probably done with this frame, so I wouldn't expect to see her on a frame that's got a lot of capped brood on it. Oh! I see her. And boy, is she tiny. Is that a queen? Yeah. You know, the cells in here, they were little. So I was like, man, I don't even know if that'll make a queen. She's right against the rail there at the top. There she's popping out. There she is. There she is. Magic Mountain Mama granddaughter. Should I mark her? She's so tiny. I think I'll give it a try. Right, I'll squish her. She's so little. I like this guardian bee jacket, these pockets right here on the sleeve. It's good for holding your marking pins. Okay, she's right here. I need her to go that direction. Oh, no, she went underneath. Oh, she's so tiny. She's marked. And she's flapping her wings. Don't you fly away. Right here. Oh, she's so tiny. She's got good genetics, but you know, she's 1/4 Magic Mountain Mama, but she's so small she can't. I don't know if she'll make it a season before she plays out, you know. All right. Well, hey, so both these two hives got straightened out. This one, I'll take it. I'll take the world's tiniest queen. I'm good with it. Okay, first trip to the bee yard since the harvest and the extraction, and I waited. I knew this cool front was coming. They said Thursday it's supposed to be cooler, so yay, it was. Man, it's been miserable hot. We had the 2 prior days was 100, 101. What's next? 2 supers more down here, and I'm going to take 2 to the north yard. I haven't shown you all the north yard except when I first set it up, so I might shoot a video up there and show you what it looks like. And I need to do some maintenance on drilling holes in some of these new bottom boards for the oxalic acid treatment, and that's the next thing. I'm going to start my every 7 days oxalic acid treatments. I'm going to do 3 treatments by 7 days apart, and I'll probably do a 4th and maybe a 5th, and then on into the later when the brood starts lessening, like October, November, I'll hit them again a couple more times. So mite wash, check for mites. I've done that in the past, and I see about the same results around, and I would see occasionally a hive that had a little more. So I just treat them all like they've got mites, and I want to get every single one of them. And it's not cost prohibitive for me because I'm using oxalic acid, and I'm just doing 40 hives here. So, and the Laurel Bees Instavate with the DeWalt batteries, that thing is fast, so I can get through here pretty quick, and I love that thing. All right, and Rob didn't pay me to say that. He didn't give me a vaporizer, I paid for it. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I'm need about 500 and a few to hit 14,000, so I'm still trying to get there. Appreciate you all subscribing, and hit the thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.